Welcome to BC Gnomonics. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an unequal hour altitude dial, specifically one that uses the seasonal hour system. Now, before we dive into the mechanics of the dial itself, it's worth going over what exactly the seasonal hour system is. So, essentially, you can think of the seasonal hour system as twelfths of the daylight period. As you can see, this diagram has the arcs of the sun for the summer solstice, equinox, and winter solstice. During the summer solstice, the sun is above the local horizon for far longer than it is during the winter solstice. Because in the seasonal hour scheme, 1 o'clock always corresponds with sunrise, 6 always corresponds with noon, and 12 always corresponds with sunset, the lengths of each hour must shrink and grow depending on the time of year. This results in 1 hour during the summer solstice being as long as 80 minutes, and 1 hour during the winter solstice being as short as 40 minutes. It's only at the equinox that seasonal hours are 60 minutes. Now, there are 12 seasonal hours, although this dial only displays 3 of them. And that is because those particular 3, the 3rd, the 6th, and the 9th hour, are particularly significant to the Anglo-Saxons, as those were their key prayer hours. This diagram shows those 3 key hours, the terce, the sext, and the none, as well as the others, although this being a scratch dial operates quite differently than this as an altitude dial. Now, diving into the dial itself, we have 6 holes, 3 on each side, and beneath those holes we have 2 months and 2 hour markers. Each of these small divots in the dial face represents an hour. The first is the 3rd, the second is the 6th, or noon, and back to the first, 9. I will detach the gnomon for demonstration purposes, although you can use it while still being attached. Now, it being June, I will insert the gnomon into this central hole. If I were outside, I would suspend the dial and point the gnomon toward the azimuth of the sun. Now, over the course of the day, I would see the sun's shadow grow from the base until it reaches this farthest dot at the bottom, which is noon, as the sun is at its highest. And then the shadow would retreat back to the base of the gnomon at sunset. As it first grows, it will pass this central dot here. That marks the 3rd hour, or the middle of the morning. As it reaches the 2nd dot, that's noon. As the shadow retreats back as the sun starts to set, we reach the middle of the afternoon at the 9th hour. And finally, as the shadow retreats all the way back to the base of the gnomon, that is sunset. That's going to conclude this video. Please let me know if you would like me to cover any other particular instruments or have any concepts you'd like me to cover with instruments already highlighted. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment, or if you're watching this on bcgnomonics.com, feel free to submit a contact form. Thank you for watching.